car school is a concept that allows you to intentionally use the time that you are in the car traveling for some academic purpose. Now, I would say one of the first things, if you're doing Bible memory, perhaps the Awana Bible memory program or another program, this is a great time to teach scripture verses. I know that my younger children really whizzed through their scripture memory because they were listening to me teach the scripture verses to the older ones. So whereas it seemed like they just had no trouble learning it, it was really that they had already learned it when their older siblings went through the material. But you might want to listen, you might want to pull in cards that take you through logic, such as mind benders, which will ask you sort of riddles and gets you thinking. Or you might use the cards that Abeka has, which are 4x6 cards that are math drills or math questions, interesting math questions. My favorite thing to do in the car, though, really is listening to a book on tape. Or book on CD as we have it, or a book on MP3, however you want to format it. But there are just many, many, many materials out there. There are Odyssey audio books and audio stories. There are things that are 30 minutes long or even shorter, and then there are books that are really, really long, many, many hours. You can also accomplish difficult to read books such as the Henty series. Jim Weiss is one of my favorite narrators for that series. And you can really get through some really hard books by listening to them in the car. One of the great advantages of this idea is that usually when you have a book on tape going, the entire car is very quiet. And as a mom, you know that is a moment that is wonderful when your car is quiet and you're moving quickly to your destination. So there are many, many ways to look for resources for audiobooks, and if you haven't discovered that, I encourage you to do so. I know many times I look in a vehicle and I see people are watching DVDs, they have their individual MP3 players, or the children have their own gaming situations, but really audiobooks and learning your memory work in the car is something that you should strongly consider so that you use that time to accomplish something academic. Also, you might think about having family meetings in the car. We also set, when everyone's in a seatbelt and we're traveling to some location, it's really easy to have a family meeting and make some important decisions. So don't forget to use